Hey, what's going on, Periscope? Keith B. Dixon, it's official. You are in the Kilo Bravo Delta Zone. You guys, I'm running just a little late. I want to thank you for waiting. I appreciate it. Tonight we're going to test technology. I'm going to have Lamar. You guys know Lamar. You guys know who Lamar is. Lundy Designs. Yes. Our own Captain Lamar. Yes, he will be on tonight. We're going to plow through the technical. So he should be on here at any moment. Anyway, welcome to the Kilo Bravo Delta Zone. I hope you guys have missed me. I've been busy. I've been on a project for the last couple of days. And you guys, there are going to be some changes coming up. There are going to be some changes coming up. Changes coming up to the broadcasting schedule. Changes coming up. So changes coming. Okay, they told me not to sing. Anyway, welcome to the Kilo Bravo Delta Zone. My name is Keith B. Dixon. I am a commercial photographer, and you guys will see me looking left and right. Lamar, are you able to get on the broadcast here? I haven't seen you click on the link yet, so we're gonna plow through this hopefully and get you on here. I don't see. I resent you another link just in case. So let me know. So it says waiting to join. Okay, let me jump in here really quick and see if I can get Lamar going. Waiting to join is a good sign. Let's see here. Waiting to join. Okay, Lamar, we'll get to that in a second. I'm not sure what's going on just yet. Anyways, you guys, yeah, so I hope you missed me. I'm going to be on in the morning doing morning motivation, so I'll be on definitely tomorrow and tomorrow night. Or what's today, Thursday? Actually, I won't be on tomorrow night, you guys. I won't be on tomorrow night, but I'll be on morning motivation. So there it is. Okay, so tonight we're gonna talk about Lamar tonight, and hopefully we can get this up and running. You know, this is how we do it. And Lamar, I'm gonna send you one more just in case, because I don't see where it's notifying me of the link. So tonight we're going to talk. I got a couple things I want to talk about. A couple war photographers, female, that I want to introduce you guys to, and we're going to talk about the 90 PT a little bit, and then we're going to jump into Lamar's work. I'm going to show you some work of past when he first started and where he is now as a progression. If you don't know Lamar Harvey, he is a captain in the bomb squad. Great guy, real funny. Like he's a funny guy. Like when you get to meet him, he'll put you at ease right away. So. Great guy, and he's also a great contributor to the bomb squad, and for a fairly new photographer, he's pretty dope. So there it is. Before we get started, and I'm broadcasting on YouTube as well, so if you guys are watching me, I'm on YouTube. I'm definitely over there now. I got all those technical hookups worked out. But let me see names and locations on the Periscope side, and then we're gonna get started. I'm gonna share some. If you're a female photographer, you're gonna love tonight. I gotta tell you. So let me see names and locations, and then we're gonna get started. Katrina from the D. What up, though? Yes, the D is real. Detroit is real, you guys. Antoinette, Commander Mike. What's up, Commander Mike? Yes, Danielle. What's up? Calvin from Fort Worth, Barry in New Jersey. How you doing? I hope you guys are doing really well. And if you're just tuning in, you're super brand new, there he is, Glenn from Texas. What's up? Maryland all day. What's going on? If you're new, put in your name so I can get to know you. Shalandi, what's up? From all the way from Georgia. Martin, my man Martin, what's up? Hope you guys are doing spectacular today. So look here. Let me share this with you. Oh, there she is, Deb from the D. What up, though? Hey, the big D is always representing you guys. Always. So look, here it is right here, you guys. I am fine-tuning it. This is like, this is my baby. I got to tell you, this is my baby right here, the 90 PT. And you can reach it at 90pt.keithbdixon.online. You guys, I am now starting to add free content. Yes, 30 minutes in length, free fundamentals, free fundamentals. It rhymes together. So here it is. This is how you get to it. And you can also get to my live streams across the top. I'm not going to click on that because I don't want to crowd my screen up. But here are the 2 programs right here. So you got 90 minutes of photography training at the $29 subscription. Remember I told you the price was going to go up if you wait. I wasn't playing. This is a lot of work, you guys, and it's a lot of work all the time. So price went up slightly, not too much. And then here's the pay in full program, because some people, they don't want to do payments. You know, they got all their coins together and they're just going to dump them in the machine at the same time. Definitely on the old platform, getting in a position to win more business was one of the most viewed, and is astronomical in since this launched in February. Astronomical. Thank you, Amber, for putting that in. Astronomical views. And people are going through 90% of it, which was crazy for videos, because in you know, when I was studying how people watch videos, they usually stop about 30% through. So they watch 30%, they're out. They can't take anymore, they fall asleep. What's up, Faith? So 80% watch rate on getting in position. And then the creative zone was second, you guys. The creative zone. And when you click on them, it just takes you through. You can register and pay. Now here's where it gets really good. This is the part I really like. The free stuff. Because you know what? Maybe you ain't got no change. Maybe, you know, you living check to check. You doing photography to improve your situation. That's real. Let's keep it real on here. Let's keep it transparent. Ain't nobody trying to fool nobody, right? You need some free stuff. Here it is right here. Watch this. 5 camera functions, and it's going to increase, you guys. I'm gonna make chapters of free stuff. All you gotta do is click on it. Look, I might email you. That's about it, because I already got an email list from Exposure, so it's not like I need to beat you up over the head, you know, over the programs. But here it is right here, you guys. Fundamental stuff that you can find anywhere, but not like this. Not the way that it's explained here, not the way it's laid out, not the approach, because I'm talking about it in terms of how I use it to make these images. So here it is right here. This is 30 minutes. And it's going to knock your socks off. And if you like it, you just scroll down and boom, you can buy something. You don't got to buy nothing, but if you want to, it's cool. I love it, right? You like it, I love it. You love it, I like it. However you want to put it in the context. Is this making sense for you guys? If it is, what's up, Minister J? If this is making sense to you, drop in 1.1, and then we got to talk. We got to talk about something really deep tonight. We got to go deep, y'all. We got to go deep. Lamar, I'm not getting any notification on this at all. And when me and Dr. Sims did it, he just clicked on the link. Try it in your browser. Go out of the app, Lamar, and just put that link in your browser and see if it works from there. All right, thank you guys. If you're just tuning in, my name is Keith B. Dixon. I am a photographer, commercial photographer. I specialize in corporate event photography, print on site, large group photos, executive portraits on location, all that good stuff, right? Faith is off the hook. Thank you, Faith. Thank you for Faith is official around here. Quit playing. Faith control the scope anytime she feels like it, because she's been around that long. And you know what? It just wouldn't even be Faith. Matter of fact, we gotta get a troll class and put it on here so you can really teach people how to troll. You know that? All right. So let's do this. There we go. Let's talk about something really important here, you guys. And that's an article that ran just recently on the F-Stop It Now. And in her own words, photographing the Vietnam War. Now, we all know that women typically don't get recognized for a lot of the things that men do, or we claim, so to speak. And there's a photographer that this article is written about, and it's pretty deep, you guys. And let me give you the backstory. So there was a photographer by the name of Dickie Chappelle. Her real name is Georgette Myers, and you can read about her here. There's a picture of her up in the corner. She was one of the most prolific women war photographers of the Vietnam era, and she made a lot of great photos. And unfortunately, she was killed by a grenade. And here's the irony: you make great photos, and then you're laying there, and she's getting read her last. Yes, isn't that crazy, Glenn? She's getting read her last rites, and a photographer by the name of Henry Hewitt is taking the picture of her. Literally, she's on her way out. She's checking out for good, and he's making a photo of her. I mean, what's the irony in that? I got to tell you, man, if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it. You know, I mean, that's prolific. And she's a great photographer. And then came, I don't want to say it's our protege. I don't think they even knew each other. But then came this young lady right here. And this is a story you got to read. Catherine Leroy. She was 21 years. Imagine being 21 years old, right? And you're out there in the thick of things. She even jumped out with airborne, you know, the airborne guys. She jumped out of the plane with them because she wanted to be embedded that much. This is a really interesting story. You should definitely read it. And as you know, war photographers, one just got killed recently. I think within the last 12 months, a young guy over in the Middle East making some photos. Their life expectancy is 0 to none, you guys. Yes, and they deserve it. You know, Dickie Chappelle and Catherine Leroy, definitely. So this go to news dot. All you got to do is go to news.fstopitnow, and you can pull it from there. So here it is, news.fstopitnow.com. So there's the URL, news.fstopitnow.com, and that's where you can find it. Or you just type in fstopitnow.com, you'll get right there. So that's where it is. Now, you guys, war photographers, you know, who was it? Who was famous? Who was the person that we need to really know? Well, we need to know everybody that did it because it was just dangerous. But one of the most prolific war photographers of all time is Eddie Adams, you guys. And here's a picture of him. And he made this shot right here that is, Robert Capa. Yep. I mean, there's a ton of them. And it's the sad part about it is, and here's what saddens me. When you take a job like this, there's a good possibility you will be killed because you are unarmed. I wouldn't be if I was going to do it. I'd have to carry a sidearm because I would at least want to protect myself. That's just me, right? So I'd do the training or whatever I had to do and then go in and do my photos. But you shooting at me, I'm going to shoot back, right? Eddie Adams took this photograph right here. I don't know if you guys, this is very prolific, very, a lot of them didn't. They kind of had this thing about, Ms. Trouble, yes, you're right. They just had a thing about, you know, I'm here to document. I mean, that's just what it is. And then Dickie Chappelle actually carried an M16, so she was a little different, right? She could not a gun, but an M16. She carried a long gun, right? And that was definitely abnormal for a woman. This was Eddie Adams. He's the one that took this photo, and I got to tell you, you know, a guy's standing there and he's getting ready to get toasted, and you're taking the picture. Hopefully, those people are he's on the side of those people. I mean, because they could turn around and decide, you know what, you took that photo of me, you're next. So, So this is Eddie Adams. The thing that he left behind. Yeah, this photo is definitely famous. The thing that he left behind that I love the most, not only just great work and inspiration, he left behind the Eddie Adams Workshop. And this has produced more professional photographers than any other program on the planet right here. And when I say professional, I'm talking about the highest levels. Matter of fact, a good friend of mine, Alexis Charisma, who shoots for Sports Illustrated, he shoots mostly sports, obviously. So he's photographed Pacquiao, Mayweather, all of those guys. He spoke at, when I used to do workshops here locally, he used to come in and help me out. Good friends with, he went to college with Sheila Morgan. So Sheila's not on here. But this program right here is the launch pad, because they bring in the top people from everywhere. Photo editors, curators, everybody's here teaching. People that you probably never heard of. They are not mainstreams. This is not a mainstream workshop, and you have to apply for it. And I think you can only go one time. And you go in and you make these photos, and I got to tell you, let's see, notable alumni. I didn't see this. Let's click on that. So here are some of the people that went to the Eddie Adams program. Let me see who I know in here. They won Pulitzer. So Danielle, Vincent. Oh, here's Vincent LaForte. Yep. So 1995 for a New York feature. Cheryl Meyer. That sounds familiar. I think I know her. Clarence Williams, Damian Winter. Let's see here. World Press. James Ballong. Burroughs. Bill Franks. Wow, I didn't know Bill Franks went to the Eddie Adams program. Gutterfield, Havitt, Lynn. Okay, so you can scroll through here. I'm just trying to see who I know, because this is the first time I've seen this. This is amazing. All right, here we go. So there it is right there. There's Dan Winters right there, you guys. This guy is a dope photographer right here. Dan Winters. Like, he's the truth right here. Matter of fact, let's take a look at his stuff real quick. Boom. So if you guys don't know who Dan Winters is, here it is right here. He does his work has a lot of flair and style. I didn't know he had went to Eddie Adams. I mean, look at this stuff. It's crazy. Just the treatment, how it's photographed, the production value, the people, obviously. Lighting patterns, you guys. You see that? Split light in its finest, right? Harrison Ford. Look at this. He takes this. That was that last photo that we saw. That's like taking two V flats instead. Let's make two walls, right? I mean, insane. But so this is Dan Winters. I didn't know he was an alumni of Eddie Adams, but this is what it'll do for you. And once you get connected, you find yourself as a photographer. Pretty amazing stuff. Let me see if, while that's circulating, let me see. Lamar Harvey. Did you try the browser, Lamar? Where's Lamar at? Where is Lamar? Hey, Mike, are you at work, Mike? Or are you at home? Mike South. Are you at work or are you at home? So this is amazing stuff. Look at this light. I mean, that looks like window light right there. Okay, it's still waiting. So Lamar just told me he's still. Did you try the browser, Lamar, by chance? So that's the guy from The Walking Dead. So as you can see, the work is dope. There it is. All right, so let's get up out of there. If this is making sense for you guys, drop in 3.3 for me. If it's like, okay, Keith, this is some good information. I'm excited about this, right? Is that making sense? All right, fantastic. All right. So you guys, the lighting program, and also have another program that I'm going to be loading pretty shortly in the 90PT on lighting patterns. Yep. David Hume. Yep. Dope. All right. Let's talk about Lamar Harvey now. And I can't seem to. Lamar, let me work on this, you guys. Let me make sure it's not me doing something wrong, because this is. I'm using Wirecast. It's super, super brand new in terms of this new feature that they just put. And I'm going to see if I can bring Lamar in here. Give me a quick second. And let's make this happen. I'm going to add Lamar to... Okay, why does it say waiting for... Lamar, I'm getting waiting for connections too, which is crazy. Lamar, I'm going to send you a new link. And we're going to try this again, you guys. If you're just tuning in, my name is Keith B. Dixon. We're going to be talking to Lamar Harvey in just a second about his start in photography and what he's done. Lamar, I'm going to send you a new link. So I just sent you a new link, and hopefully we can get this going. It's not connecting right now, so on my end. So I've got, okay, here we go. Looks like we got it. Yes. Voila. Okay, so now we're bringing Lamar up. I don't see anything just yet. Try that on. Lamar, do you have your camera hooked up? Because I definitely have you. I just have no picture. I have no photograph. You guys. So while Lamar is doing that, let's see here. Lamar, were you able to... Okay. Okay, let's see if I can get you in here. Yeah, I got Lamar. I got no photo. I got no visual on you. No visual on Lamar, you guys. He's missing. Where are you? Where is Lamar? You know that book, Where's Lamar? Let's find him. Okay, Lamar, let's try one more time. Let's work through this. You guys, thank you for hanging in there. You know how it is with this new stuff. Lamar, I'm going to disconnect you again, and then we're going to try this one more time. So, Lamar, I'm going to send you a new link because it's just spinning on your end. Take this link and paste it into the browser as opposed to the app, and then try that, because sometimes the app doesn't want to do its thing. All right. So I just let me bring up Lamar's work while we're doing that. You guys, as you know, how many of you guys actually read my article in... Yes, definitely. Oh, these are Lamar. Unfortunately, Lamar is one of the test subjects. Before we get to some of the bigger photographers, we got to make sure it works. How many of you guys are going to imaging this year? How many people are going to imaging this year? Because here it is right here. And the earlier the better, obviously. The earlier the better. So you guys make sure that you are that you register early and you get your hotel early, because what'll happen is the rates will go up significantly. So you want to make sure that you jump on top of this. I'm going to be talking about social media and 5 things you can do. I recently wrote an article that was published, and it came out in this month's edition of PPA magazine. And you should definitely read it. It is it's a cornerstone, a foundation for how you can make social media work for you. And if it's, look, I'll be the first one to tell you, it's tough. It's tough, you guys. It is a tough, tough thing to do because you need to do it every day, and you need to do it all the time. So that's what's important. And I'm going to try one more time to get Lamar connected. And if it doesn't work, you guys, we're going to have to scrap this and move on. I do have some images of his that I can show you. And thank you. And still looking. Katrina says she's looking for a roommate, huh? I heard that. Okay, so let me just, Lamar, I'm going to create one more session for you here and see if we can get this in here the right way. So Lamar, I'm posting another link. This is a brand new link. Let's see if that works. And I'll wait. Okay, so you guys, let's take a look at Lamar's work. Here's what's important. Here's what's important. The work that you create in the very beginning of your career is probably some of the most important stuff you're going to do. It really is, because it's going to show you where you started. And if you pay close attention to it, like here, where Lamar's cataloged his work, I got to tell you, it's going to tell you a lot about how far you've come or not. And this is not too bad, to be honest with you. It's not too bad. And I'm going to say it's probably better than a lot of the stuff that I shot. Let's take a look at this first one right here. You know, we got some perspective things going on, but it's still not bad. He got a good exposure, and I'm sure, you know, this student, looks like a senior, probably enjoyed this photo. You know, it's awkward, but he made it work. And I got to tell you, it was definitely better than what I was shooting when I first started. Okay, I mean, we could see that the obvious with that. We don't need to, you know, we don't have to really elaborate on it. You guys just see that the lighting is so different. And I appreciate Lamar. I got to laugh at you right here, Lamar, because we got the little graffiti on the thing there. But yeah, I mean, just you see the obvious stuff that's wrong. This guy, let me guess, this guy's a rapper. Is he a rapper? And he's like, hey, you know, I just want to do some stuff. And then the parking sign. But yeah, definitely. Wait till I show you his new stuff. I mean, this is like miles apart. And this is a tough photo, you guys, because of the shadows and the way that they're falling. They're so far apart. You almost have to overexpose the front. But I'm going to say, Lamar, this is probably still better than what I was shooting. I mean, my stuff was horrible when I look at it. Yeah, this is more like what I was shooting when I first started. This is exactly how I was doing it. So, yeah, that's a good look at this one. You guys notice how it's blown out. So, that's where Lamar started. And that's his beginning, which I think is really cool, you know, that we're able to have that. And then let's take a look at where he is now. Let's see here. How do we get there? There we go. Okay, here's some of his more recent work, and you'll see the difference, you guys, like right here. Look at this. And you know what? That lighting situation is really close to a lot of the other photographs. You know, he figured out how to basically even out the light. And sometimes the answer is as simple as, you know, using a modifier, a big light source, or you know, getting further away so that the light just touches all of those shadows and reduces them down. So I think Lamar, I actually critiqued this photo. So one of the things I did like about it was, or I reviewed this photo, not critique. I reviewed this photo, and one of the things I liked was just a mix of light. And, you know, our skin tone is looking good. I did, okay. And this is another good photo. Nice even light, like it should be. You know, on these type of photos, you want an even light, especially if you're going to do an enlargement. You know, it's crisp. You know, it just works. You know, it's got good specular light. This is where you need to be. This is how you got to land, you guys. So, I mean, you can see big difference already. I mean, it just looks fresh. Here's another one. This is a complicated photo right here, you guys, for sure. just the stop of light. If you look at the street in the background, not the sidewalk, but if you look at the street and then you look at her skin tone, I mean, that's like 5 stops of light, 5 stops of tone between that light and that dark. You have to, and then to shoot it under pressure, I mean, you have to know. Well, I can only imagine Lamar, as she's probably talking, he's trying to entertain them, and as he's moving along, he's also thinking about the exposure and what he's seeing. You know, that's that pressure that you feel as a photographer, you know, because you've got to hit, we call them zones, your foreground, middle ground, background. You've got to make sure they all blend well together, because you definitely have to light this photo. So I'm going to say it's really good. You can see the highlight in the chest area, right? Definitely. You can see the highlight in the chest area. Lamar, I would definitely, you know, I would take that out, because, you know, when you go in, like right here, I would just drag a piece of the skin area, go into Photoshop, and just burn that down, or do whatever it is, you know, whatever technique. Yeah, dappled. Is that what it's called, Mike? Dappled light. Yeah. And then she's got a great pose. I mean, I love it. It shows off her curviness. I know she liked this photo. I mean, there's no way she didn't like it. Matter of fact, she's probably going to try to hire Lamar to be her wedding photographer. Now, a couple other suggestions. If you had an assistant with you, I would have scrimmed this off right here, and that would have reduced this whole issue, and then you wouldn't have had to worry about it. And it would have popped even more, because you've got some light coming through somewhere, probably through the top of the trees. I mean, there's no way you could negotiate this just the way it is. You would have to cut this light over here, and it would have did it just enough. But this is a great photo. Great photo, great depth of field. I can see that car in the background because I'm looking for issues, but I think the depth of field is so good here that, you know, you just, in the coloring, you just go right by. You don't notice that there's a car in the background. So great job on this photo, Lamar. And I can tell you're shooting it under pressure. I mean, I could just feel it in the way that the photo's set up. Does that make sense? Lamar, did I sum that up correctly? If I didn't, let me know. Because, you know, sometimes I might miss the mark. Sometimes, like less than 1% of half of 1%. I'm just kidding. But does that make sense? Let me know. All right. Good. Here's another photo. So definitely, and I know why he took this, because Lamar, you know, does a lot of the broadcasting stuff at his church, live streaming, and, you know, so this is actually, you should probably consider submitting this to Adobe Stock, because it's a real interesting photo, and it's vague in terms of the manufacturer. So yeah, selective focus. And I can see it kind of running up the left side and then cutting. Let me show you guys with my mouse. I kind of see the focus being right in here. And what I want you guys to know is when you shoot through all your f-stops, you'll notice that the focus has a pattern for each f-stop almost. You see it in here? So that's how you know. So if your subjects are horizontal, you know, it's going to work really well. If they're vertical, you know, this would work really well if it was vertical. So you know how to place your subjects at these shallow depths so that it works. And that's what you need to know, definitely, if you're going to do something like this. This photo right here is actually the photo that got my attention about Lamar, because this is difficult, you guys. This is a difficult photo to make. And the thing that makes it difficult is the colors are pretty much all the same, except for the contrast is really the railing and the sky. But the building across the street, the girl, difficult, because it's almost like you've got a dark tone and a light tone, and now you got to create an exposure for it. Automatic is not going to get the job done here, because on automatic, anything that you're using automatic, the sky is going to be blown out, because it's automatically going to go gray. And those clouds don't help. So the camera basically sees this as dark and light. And if you have the wrong type of camera, shot's not going to work. You really got to know what you're doing here in terms of the light. Did you meter this shot? Yes. You had that problem today? Yep. Yeah, and Mike is putting in the terms, you guys. You should definitely take notes. This is ambient flash mix, and as a professional photographer, you should definitely know how to do this quickly. And all you're doing is you're blending the light, and you can take it up a third stop, even a half stop to make it pop, you know, to give it that feel, but not to the point where it's blowing out the image. You want the light to transfer. See, you see where, you know, he says on the fly. So let's get up here. This type of photo tells me that the photographer is actually premeditating the shot. And because that's the only way you can do it. You have to have this before you get there. You have to have this in your mindset before you get there, plug it in and go. So, and typically people say, well, what f-stop and lens did you use? None of that matters, you guys. It does not matter. What matters is how you calculate that exposure, more importantly. So sports, this photo is just okay for me. It's definitely got the moment captured in it, but it's also got this referee's elbow. So I don't know how we would address that. Maybe a lower crop or something. And then this referee is cut off. I think for me, for this photo to really work, I would have needed the ref over here, right? Because that would have gave me a straight line this way. But since he's cut off, but I'm going to make a good excuse for this photo right now. This is a Gordon Parks special, because Gordon Parks would shoot images like this where people were coming off the page. The challenge here, yeah, most they do. That's true. And the other challenge here is you're when you're shooting basketball, you're right behind the backstop. It's very difficult to get shots, clean shots. I mean, you got to be good. But I think basketball is a lot harder than football because you're stuck in this one position, and it's really got to come to you. But that's what I see. I like this part. I like this whole interaction with the line, and I like this. The timing here is an A+, you guys. The timing of this photo is A+. The overall aesthetic of the photo, for me, is going to be about a B, because of the way it's composed. And that's me sitting here. I want you guys to know that's me sitting here, you know, really talking through the perfect scenario, which never happens. Yes, and the light is harsh as well. So, Lamar, what type of camera did you use? Did you use a high-end pro body, or was this a prosumer camera? Because I'm going to say it looks like a prosumer camera because just how the colors rendered. I see the faces of the player. Yeah, that's important. Oh, 8. So yeah, okay. So this is just your exposure. But angle of view with longer lens is better. Yep, 70 to 200. Yeah. So you can edit. I would edit down the highlights just a little bit because that guy's white uniform is just, that's where I'm going. And one of the ways you can do it, if you want to see it the way I'm seeing it, is close your eyes and open them. And where your eyes land first is where the majority of the composition is. And then it's hard. White is a dominant color, and then the guy in the white. So yeah. But oh yeah, on the hey, Tim said, hey, you shot a 800. You should have killed it. Hey, we could razz Lamar a little bit. 800. Yeah, you got to murder this photo. Literally. Okay. Hey, thanks, Lamar. Thank you. You know, I got to beat you up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. I like this. And one of the things that I look for, you guys, when I see these high key photos, this is a high key photo, meaning that, it's shot with a lot of highlight. The first thing I do is always look for the edges here, right here. So I'm looking for the edges to make sure that there's control over the exposure. I'm looking for the edges here. So Lamar can definitely light. How many years have you been photographing professionally, Lamar? How many years professionally? I like the. It has a cloudy kind of feel, which I like. It kind of has that. 10 years, yeah. So he's coming in. Lamar is coming into his peak, so to speak, because you saw where his work was, where he started, and where he's going now. Yep. And that's what you want to see. You controlling this edge and seeing the wrinkles and the detail in the white. Yes, that's important, you guys. Those are the things I look for in terms of how the photographer controlled the light. So important, definitely important. This is another photo that I reviewed for Lamar, and I don't remember what I said, but another difficult photograph. Like this is definitely a difficult photograph, and anybody that works in aviation as a photographer, you guys, oh my God, can they get the airplane there? Because the airplane's sitting on the ground, it's not making any money. So as you guys know, I do a lot of stuff for Meridian. Oh, was it the propellers? Okay, so I had talked about the propellers, and I think overall it's just I love the light. I love the how the photo is made. Yeah, the shadows at the bottom. Yeah, so the thing that's going to fix this photo, which we don't always have control over, is the timing of it. And the thing that you sometimes have to do is scrim these photos off, but because you can see the sun is behind them, and I think just scrimming the sun off to reduce that shadow would have been the ticket. And sometimes it's a really big scrim so that the light is blocked. They use them in Hollywood a lot so that you don't get that foreground shadow, because it gives away the indication of where the light is. Yeah, and that's the difficult part. Like, and again, I'm sitting here judging the photo. Watch this, you guys, because this is what people do, and this is why I don't like to critique photos like this. They critique the photos based on a perfect scenario, and we don't have that. I mean, it just doesn't exist, especially in aviation. I mean, you got to get what you can take. And when I photographed Meridian, that's just what it is. Like, every time I do a job, it's like, Keith, we're gonna try for Thursday or Friday because the jet's supposed to be here. Yep. And you literally have to do that. So, and I run into that also with interiors all the time. Like, this is not the best time to shoot the house. The best time would be 4 o'clock. But you know what? I can't get in at 4 o'clock. I got to shoot it at 11, where the sun is just beaming through the window. So that's just what it is. So you still have to be able to guerrilla that. And you guys, that's what I talk about and teach in the 90 PT. That's the way I'm talking about this photo and the way we're approaching it is how I teach the 90 PT. You got to be able to guerrilla your exposures and get a quality that people can rely on. Now, this is a well-exposed photo, you guys. Lamar, see, and this is what convinces me of a photographer's lighting skill set. This is crazy right here. Yeah, and you're right, Coach Mo. Miss Trouble. You can't control the weather. This is dope. I don't typically like these shots. I like them for the albums, but I don't like when photographers use them in their portfolios because, it's not a complicated photo to pull off, but this one is. I mean, you really have to. Lamar, be honest now. There's my wife. Hold on a second, you guys. Hold up. Hey, babe, how you doing? Did you make it home okay? Or are you driving? Let me see what time it is. She's probably just getting home. My wife works a lot of hours, you guys. Anyway, I miss you. On my way. Yep, so she's still on the road. Okay. Lamar, question. How many photos did it take you to get this one? That's my question. How many photos did it take? Did you chimp the back of the screen? Did you walk up and premeditate it? How many photos did you actually take to get this one? That would be my question. If you guys are just tuning in, my name is Keith B. Dixon. I'm a commercial photographer, and this is the Kilo Bravo Delta Zone, the 7705 broadcast. Shot 10. Yep, that's what I figured, because it's just that hard. So Lamar shot 10 photos to get this one, you guys. And that's how difficult it is. Because you see where the specular light is on the front? That's a disaster waiting to happen for a rookie photographer. Like, because your light's going to bounce all off. I mean, you just really have to have the perfect angle of light. Thank you, Daryl. The perfect angle of light. And then you've got that shiny stuff that it's sitting on. It's going to bounce off of that. I mean, this is not for the faint of heart, you guys. The flowers, you don't want to blow those out. So this is a great shot, Lamar. I bet you this is a full page in the album if I was designing a book. Great photo, very nice, real editorial, good exposures. Lamar has good exposures, you guys. He's good. Specular light in the face. It's not disturbing. She's got a little speck on her nose. You guys, I don't know if you could see that. See the little thing right there on the nose. This is okay. I like this because this is how we might see somebody with the light on, the light bouncing. This I would probably just edit off, but this is a great photo. Good hand positioning. You notice how the fingers are curled and she's just tipping her lapel. I call this tipping. She's just tipping the coat. So it's just so it doesn't look rough or like she's grabbing it. So very nice. Nice triangle. Boop. I'm not sure if this is a good photo. And the thing that's interesting with these types of photos is you can tell when they're natural light for the most part because of the way the back looks. So you just look at the back and you see that you just kind of, it has when you're natural light and just has a certain kind of look and feel to it, and for me it either works or it doesn't. The question I would have on a photo like this would be the elegance of the way she's dressed and the brick wall. I would probably want to see something more elegant in the background to match the look. That's just me. I would be looking for that cohesion. And then the other side, or camera right, probably I think just a little bit more light, just to bring up the details and the darkness. But she's got a great smile, great look. I saw this in the Bomb Squad. So good photo. Good photo. All right. Lamar, is this a senior? I would I think it's a great exposure. Her expression, she looks sad. But outside of that, this is some good stuff. Sweet 16, okay. She probably was like, I'm going to do what I want to do. That's how I look. But if she was just a little bit more friendlier in the face, but great exposure, good look. All right, you guys, that's Lamar. Lamar is our photographer of the... he's the photographer of the month for the Bomb Squad. I'm going to do one photographer every month. And here's another one of his pages. I love this photo right here, you guys. I'm a sucker for light, right? Look at that. That's that portrait that you're going to sell for, $300. I'm going to buy it. Now, the tree in the back is not so bad. I mean, you see the tree coming out of his shoulder? That's not too bad. But this photo is really good. And, she's not a small woman. And he's got her posed, he's flattening her, we call it flat to the camera. So she's got the front flat to the camera and then she's turning. So it makes her look a lot slimmer And I like the hand positioning. I like this photo a lot. I saw this, Lamar. Great job on this, man. And the color, the lighting is just outstanding. Is this on camera flash? What type of what is this? What are you using? Because it looks like flash. But yeah, this is really good. Yeah, off camera flash. Great job, man. This is professional, bro. Alien B. Okay. This is dope too. Great. This is a great photo. This is where you should be. Would have had a shallow depth of field help that. Let's go back. Nah. Well, it would have just gave it a different feel, but not. Well, usually on a photo like this is like the perfect depth of field because you can see, the lake, and it just works. He did a good job on this. This is the other thing that I like too. I just like how he positioned her in the camera, because if he would have turned her the other way, you would have seen her stomach right here. And then the other thing is, we got this line that's going like this because of her hair. They got great smiles. I mean, this is a good photo. This is a dude. This is the kind of photo you're gonna do in-person sales on. Like, they gotta buy, they gotta invest some money. And same with this one. I love this. I just like the lighting here is crazy. Like, this is professional. And we got lines here. So good job on that. You gotta be careful with these though. The light's good. I don't know about the pose. Okay, this is my kind of photo. Great job here. So it looks like paper. This could be good for texture, but be careful with that because it kind of takes away from the photo a little bit. But this is good. I think I probably would have turned her a little bit, just towards the shoulder, because she's flat to the camera. She's got an oval face, but definitely a professional photo. I'm sure she was definitely happy. We talked about this is dope. This is a great photo. Lamar, if we would have had her hand coming up on the chest right here, just laid daintily, right? So here's my motion on this. I would have had her put that arm, because it looks like a nub right there. I would have had her put the arm on his chest, and then I would have had her looking down, drop her shoulder. That would have been my range of photos for that. But this is dope. Good, man. This guy can light. I like that. Yeah, disappearing limbs. You got to be real. This is another one. Disappearing limbs. Disappearing limbs. You got to be careful with that. She's too cute to be to have her hands in her pocket. You got to work that. And then she's got this great collarbone right here. So you got to work that into the photo. And then she's got to loosen up. So you got to get chemistry here. But everything else is good. I'm going to go past that one. Lamar, this is a great photo right here. Oh, I know they had to love it. I would have got him in a little tighter on the bottom. But yeah. Very, very, very good. You should definitely focus on the family. The family photos. See her smile here? This is what I'm talking about right here, Lamar. This is the photo. This is where you need to be, my friend. If I was dad, I'm buying that. That's the one I want right there. She's smiling. She got a great pose. That looks studio. Dude, that's like the volume studio that's doing a couple million right there. Right? That's the kind of photos they're putting out. See the difference between the two? Even this one. Hands in the pocket, though. Yeah, there we go. I'd even take this one. Yep. This is dope. Yes. Hands out of the pocket. This photo's dope. I'm mad. All right. There it is. This is great right here, Lamar. Good job on this. I saw a photographer over in London actually create. Yeah, the smile makes a huge difference. He was doing stuff with bow ties and the way he angled them into his shots. But I really like this, man. This is definitely creative right here. Smile makes a difference with this young lady. Okay, that's all we got for you guys on that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amazing stuff, Lamar. You got a future ahead of you, man. Guaranteed. Future ahead of you. I hope I wasn't too brutal on you. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you turning in your work, you guys. So look, here's what I'm going to say. You want to shoot photos like Lamar? You want to be as good as Lamar? Sign up for the 90 PT, because Lamar has put in some work, you guys. He really has. And he's definitely far better at. When I was in the game for 10 years, I wasn't that good. I'll be the first one to tell you. There's no way I was making photos like that. I mean, so good job, man. You're ahead of the curve, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. I won't be on tomorrow night, so tomorrow night I won't be on for sure. But I'll be on in the morning motivation, you guys, and 7:35 Pacific Standard Time. I'll hit you. Made a difference for me in 6 months. Thank you, man. Thank you. So if you guys are watching me on YouTube, there it is. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate you. And if you guys think you're the photographer of the month for November, hit me up. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna want to look at your work, and I'm gonna want to know about your career path and what you've done. So, and you don't have to be a full-time photographer. You just have to have a body of work, a website, and yes. Mike says that the CPP mentoring program is coming, and if you guys are interested in becoming a CPP photographer, Mike can help you get there. He can definitely help you get there, and you should take the class. With this 90 PT, you guys, I'm touching on and teaching as if you are going to do it. And there's a lot of features in here, you guys. There's a community board, and let me just walk you through how it looks on the back end, just to kind of give you a feel. You can sign in if you have a LinkedIn account. You can actually sign in with your LinkedIn. See if I got mine on here. Okay, so here's the back end. So if you're a student, here's how it looks, and it gives you a percentage. You can see your overview. The rating is very important for me, you guys. The rating is very important. So it helps me to know, like, okay, this was great, this wasn't great. Because look, I'm producing this content, all at one time. So look, here's the deal. You just click the button and start the video, and it starts. Here's some of the important features. So some have chapters, you guys, but here's what's important for me is that you click on discussion and you say, Keith, thank you, Deb. Keith, I had a question about this. I made some notes. Can you tell me about this? I tried that. It didn't work. This is the 90 PT Spark community, and other people will see this, and you can add photographs, you guys. You can add, you can't do video, but you can add photographs in here. You might want to share a photograph with people that you made based on something you did. You can do that in here. So this is the back end of the dashboard, and thank you for the reviews that you guys posted, Marilyn and Deb, and it'll take you through whatever it is you need to do. And if you need support, just click on the link and it'll email me right there, and you're good to go. So that's how you would find me from a support stamp. Okay. That's how you would find me on a support from a support standpoint. Yeah, and the 90 PT will get you will get you ready for the CPP, because what I'm doing, if matter of fact, let me take you back. Let me take you back to the first. I don't know if I have this loaded yet. 5 camera. So look, here's a free course right here on camera function, you guys. And in camera function, we talk about shutter speed, aperture, ISO, shutter speed. I talk about it in a very fundamental way as it would appear on the exam, the topic of it. Now, I don't know what the question is going to be. The CPP prep class is way different, right? You guys are diving into advanced functions as it relates to aperture, ISO, and shutter speed. They're digging in. What I'm doing is I'm saying this is how you use shutter speed. It's related to time. Shutter speed is related to time. It's fractional. So we supplant that inside of your mind. Then when you get into the CPP program, right, then what happens is when Mike talks about it, you'll be like, yeah, oh, I know it has to do with time. I know it's fractional. When he says light is halving and doubling, and then when you have to take a measurement and someone says 2 stops of light, you know exactly what they're talking about. Because when we talk about ratios, we talk about ratios not in fractional stops, but in actual stops, like 4 stops of light or 3 stops of light. That's how we base the ratios. Now, if you dive right off into that, you're going to be confused, because you're going to be thinking, okay, I started at 5.6, now I'm going to 3.3. That's not what we're talking about. We're actually talking about stops of light. So once you narrow this down, it becomes a lot easier to use, and the test becomes a lot easier to manage. Now, I don't have it on here, but I'm going to do a whole series of lighting patterns. I'm going to talk about loop lighting. I'm going to talk about butterfly lighting. The butterfly light, I think I'm going to put that up tonight, and I'm going to do them one at a time, because it's literally, I think I have to do 5 of them, and I've got 2 more to do. And split lighting, how you would use it, and how you make it look, you know. I showed you Dan Winter's site where he had the split light, so I would show you an example like that, so that when you go in and you have to demonstrate that for the compulsory, you know, okay, I gotta angle that light so that that small shadow loops around the nose, right? You know that a client comes in and you're photographing them, and you know, it's like, I want a super white. We're like, okay, I'm gonna get you the super white, and then you sneak in a loop, or you sneak in a butterfly, right? And they're not gonna know, right? Or you sneak in a Rembrandt. That's how you're gonna get those images. Does that make sense for you guys? If it does, I want you to put in 5.5, 5.5, 5.5 if it's making sense. By the end of the year, start at work. Right on. Oh, broad, short, loop. Yep. Thank you, Mike. I forgot about short and broad light. So look, let me talk about that. So broad light, short light. If a person's got a big head, like me, and you're up close, I don't know why, right? You might want to short light them if the opportunity to short light them and have that image final in the print works. And what I mean final, they're going to use that image and it's going to work in print. That's what I mean by final in print. So no worries, Miss Trouble. Yes, these are different types of lighting patterns. So we're talking about a short light. Then we're talking about a broad light. A person has a small face, so you want to light it as much as possible, because if you short light a person with a small face, you're going to make their face look smaller, and then they're going to look like Beetlejuice. So you can do a short with a loop. You can do a broad with a loop. Yeah. So take it step by step, because the first video you're going to see is butterfly lighting. And it's just the positioning of the light. I explain it. I have a diagram that I show you, and just learn them one at a time. That's it. One at a time. I'm going to introduce them one at a time so it doesn't look so overwhelming. Is that making sense? Is it making sense? Mike, do I need to cover anything else? Do I need to cover anything else? We got broad, short, loop, a short loop. Yeah, there it is. And if you just follow these videos literally one at a time, trust me, you'll learn it in no time. It's not hard, it's just repetition more than anything. All right, thank you guys for listening. My name is Keith B. Dixon. If you guys, by chance, wait, hold on. Lamar, you know what? I just got let me see if I can get Lamar on here. Nope.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. I can hear you. Yes, sir. Yep, I can hear you. Oh, very needed. You know me, like I always said, just give it to me straight. Well, I always did it as a hobby. When we would gather, the family would gather, I would be the one with the camera. So I just wanted to be able to memories of events back then, and it kind of slowly transformed into shooting other things like people, products, and different things like that. So it was always a part of me, and I just over the years I just kept working at it and working at it until finally I decided, if I'm doing this as a hobby, I could, why not do it as a profession, you know. Well, when I went to school, we I graduated from the new media track program, and we did a lot of film. And so one of the most critical elements of that was lighting. So I transferred that same angle and approach to photography. You know, back in the day, I just was shooting and trying to find available lighting, and until I really started getting into off-camera flash and modifiers and really focusing on mixing and lighting my subject with the ambient light that I had available, because I just felt like at a certain point in time when I started doing it professionally, and you start receiving monies from clients, you have to be able to be the best at your skill craft that you can be, not just necessarily being better than someone else, but being the best you that you can be. I looked at a lot of different people. I did looked at some Gordon Parks. More recently, I think I told you, based on how Joe McNally did lighting, I really, I was inspired by a lot of his work, and even my business partner, which I work with, I was really inspired by him, his drive and determination to learn better lighting, use creative techniques and things like that. So a whole lot of people, but it was a few that I kind of studied and just deep dive into their lighting, and how they set their frame their shots, and just was inspired nonetheless, and just use a lot of the techniques that they had and kind of made them my own. um For me, I would definitely say my style. A lot of the Bomb Squad members have called me the mixologist, because I really enjoy mixing ambient and off-camera flash. Give it the is possible. I really would like to get more into creative lighting, because I think I've talked to you about it, just having the 1-to-1 light ratio down pack and moving into creative techniques and elements, and moving toward getting my CPP certification. I really have to, know loop, Rembrandt, broad, short lighting, and be able to show more of those examples in my portfolio or body of work. Well, I think you can focus a lot on the creativity or creative aspect of photography, but I just feel if you have a solid and firm foundation in some of the techniques that have been around for years, it can allow you to be a more well-versed photographer, and it can actually give you a lot more diversity in your portfolio. You may even have some clients that may look for that traditional look, and if you can't offer that form, you know, that's a client that you may miss out on. But for the most part, most clients are going to come to you because of your creative style. But I just think it's good to have a solid foundation on a lot of the lighting styles and techniques that have been around for some years. Oh yeah, most definitely. Just, you know, at the end of the day, I just want to be able to present and give my clients the best work that I can present them. And I just feel like being versed in a lot of different techniques and styles and concepts will definitely allow me to be able to do that for them. Um, it's it's more along the lines of you really have to be out and really actively pursue leads and jobs, because you know when you work a 9 to 5 for a corporate company or another business, you know, whether you do a whole lot of nothing or a whole lot of something, you know, every 2 weeks you can count on that paycheck being there. But you know, as an entrepreneur, it's, you know, no vacation days, no off time, and you know, you just, it's a constant grind. But you have to be ready, willing, and able to accept that challenge and move forward with, you know, pursuing your dreams and perfecting your craft at the same time. Um, it's a little bit of a mixture of both. With me, I'm about 30, 45 minutes outside of Atlanta in the central Georgia area. And, you know, you'll have those photographers who will, you know, give you leads and referrals if they're unavailable to do it. But for the most part, they have to have a close connection with you. And then, in other markets, you have those photographers that if they can't do it, they won't recommend anyone. They'll just tell the client that they can't do it and won't give any referrals or recommendations at all. But overall, you'll find a good mixture of some referrals, some not referral. But I think for me, word of mouth is probably one of my biggest leads. They'll see some work that I've already done, client, and reach out to me. And, even those who I may meet from time to time, I'll say, hey, I remember speaking with you at this event or this function, and I say, is there anything that you may need in the near future? And sometimes when people see you, they'll be like, oh, I've been meaning to get in contact with you because I have such and such coming up and I need to get it done. So you can't be loose and hide behind a computer screen. Sometimes you have to be out in the community, letting people see you and just shaking hands, hugging babies, and making those connections as well. Say that one more time. It was a good friend of mine said she had a friend that needed some wedding coverage done for maybe about 2 hours, and I think I made $125. It was just about 2 hours, nothing real major. It was just covering a little bit of the ceremony and doing a couple group shots afterwards. I probably was there no longer than an hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours tops. It's going on 2 years. Shout out to Captain Deshaun Gales. He introduced me to the bomb squad, and once he introduced me and I got in, I never looked back. So yeah, it's been about 2 years now, and I've been enjoying every minute of it. Uh, love the community, love the exposure 101, and I'm just looking forward to bigger and better things here in the near future. Yes, sir. Captain, um, signed my great commanders, Commander Amber, Commander Mike, and the two founders, you and Sean. So it's a lovely position to be in. I don't take it lightly or take it for granted. I always, I reach to as many people as possible. I always tell them, if you need me, reach out to me. If I know something, I'll share it. If I have resources, I'll share it. If I don't know, I'll help find out for you. So, I take it seriously to help groom other photographers to get to where I want to go. Okay. Yes, sir. All
I
right.
promise you. Thank you, Lamar. So, yeah, I gotta get this worked out. Every time I watch the videos, you guys, of how to put this technology together, they make it seem so easy. I mean, they'll have some technical issues and just kind of work through them. But Telstream does a great job at you know working through this product technically. And Telestream is the company that makes Wirecast, and I got to tell you, it's so funny. When you're broadcasting live and something doesn't work, you got to be really super quick on your feet. So, anyway, thank you guys for listening tonight, and it's always going to new heights. We're going to get this interview stuff worked out. In a minute I do, I'm going to be bringing on some of the biggest photographers in the country. As soon as we get this ironed out, you guys, I got them lined up, ready to go. All right, thank you for tuning in. I'm hoping next week sometime I can get Mike the scientist on and get him talking about the CPP and just some of the things that he's doing and why we call him Mike the scientist. You guys, these are our bomb squad commanders and our bomb squad leaders. It'll be a good way for you guys to meet them and get introduced virtually. So there it is. So up next, probably be Mike, Commander Mike. We're going to try to work that out, from a scheduling standpoint. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Keith B. Dixon. This is the Kilo Bravo Delta Zone official. This is how we do it, 7:05 Pacific Standard Time. I'll catch you guys on the rebound. Peace.